YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Ratchet Reggie. Welcome to another episode of Narrow Minded. Today's episode is going to be about the illusion of being free in the Matrix. Yes, so today's show is going to be about the illusion of being free in the Matrix. See, recently, a lot of people have been upset with Kanye West, with him saying that, Harriet Tubman did not free the slaves. Only things he did was free the slaves to go work for white people, right? So you had the black people very angry, the black community very angry, social media really going in and just it was just the topic of discussion. A lot of people felt very some people said that, it was very disrespectful to Harriet Tubman and her efforts to free the slaves from the tyranny of slavery. And people are very upset. And so Kanye West lately, he's been on this whole new journey, and he's rocking with the Republicans. He was all for Donald Trump, and he's all about seeing things in a different light, which I'm not going to I'm not going to get mad at a man who thinks for himself and has his own way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason why I'm doing this show, Narrow Minded, so I can say what I'm thinking, because, I want to speak my mind. So I can't get angry at someone for speaking their mind and being who they are and saying their truth. You know what I'm saying? And, and to be honest, what he said was not really wrong. What he said was correct. No disrespect to Harriet Tubman. Please rest in power. My, lovely, beautiful, strong, fierce ancestor. Thank you for everything that you did. But basically what he was saying was that even though the slaves were free, they still went to go work for another master. And that's the whole illusion of the Matrix, is we as citizens and the people of the world think that we're free, but we're really not free. We're really only working for the master, and that's why we have to pay taxes. And that's why, the world is ran the way it's ran. It's people at the top of the pyramid that's running the whole world. And we are all working for those people. And right now, those people are trying to turn this entire world into a one world government, a one world, nation, where all countries will come together under one government and one rule. Okay. So the whole, everybody getting mad at Kanye West is not really valid, because he's really speaking the truth. We've always been in slavery. This is just an illusion of freedom that you have. You have to go to your 9-to-5 job. If you don't go to your 9-to-5 job, then what? Oh, you can start a business. Okay, you start a business, right? But you still got to pay your taxes. Or you could do write-offs. All right, do your write-offs. Where you going to stay? You got to buy a house, right? So when you buy your house, what happens? You could pay it off, but guess what? You still got to pay taxes on it. So it's never really your house. Because the minute that you can't pay taxes on it, they come take it. So you're living in an illusion of freedom. You're not free. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, I am very thankful and grateful for everything, all of the ancestors who risked their lives to free slaves to a better life. I'm not saying that Harriet Tubman did not free those slaves into a better existence. That's exactly what she did. And, so, I'm saluting her like, that's one of my heroes. But what y'all not understanding, what Kanye is really saying is you're not free. You're not free, okay? You're just, it's an illusion that you're free. You're in the Matrix. You think you're free, right? If you were free, right? If you were free, you should be able to do anything you wanted to do. If you were free, you would not have to pay rent. If you were free, you would not have to pay for electricity. If you were free, you would not have to pay for water. If you were free, you would not have to pay for food. If you were free, you would not have to pay for clothing. If you were free, you would not have to pay for anything. Because guess what? All of those things that I named were provided for free to you already on this earth. Everything that I named, the materials to make those things are provided here free. The trees, everything is the materials that they make. All of those products that I just named is provided here for free, but somehow you have to pay for it. So you're not free. You're in an illusion that you're free. Right now, you can't even go into a store without putting on a mask. You're forced to wear a mask. You're not free. You understand what I'm saying? You're forced to live in the world that the elite want you to live in. Okay? So you're really in an illusion of freedom. And for y'all who believe in this virus, you know, there's a patent on the vaccination already. They've been had the patent. They made the patent 10, 15 years ago, right? Who has a patent on a, you know, who has a patent on a vaccination of a so-called deadly disease? Who would do that, right? Because, you know, once you get that patent, whenever that vaccination is activated or is used, whoever owns that patent is going to make billions and billions of dollars. So who is doing this, right? You know, we can actually be living in a world without a, you know, virus scare. You know what I'm saying? We can actually be living in that world. But the people at the top of the pyramid, they want you to live like this. They want you to be afraid. They want you to think that you're going to catch a deadly virus as soon as you step foot out your house. They want you to be in fear your whole life, every day of your life, because they feed off your fear. These are, you know, inorganic beings. They feed off fear. They feed off blood. They feed off human bodily fluids. They feed off humans, okay? And so they need you to be in fear. They need you to be in fear to lower your vibrations. They need you to be in fear, okay? And they're going to make sure you be in fear because they own 90% of the media. They own all of the major news channels that we get our information from, okay? So they're going to make sure that this story of fear gets to you because they know when you're fearful, you lower your vibrations. And the mind is very powerful. Very powerful. So whatever you consume in your mind, you bring it to your life. So if you seeing on the news all day about the coronavirus, and when you call, you know, to order food and you hear about coronavirus, and when you know, call to try to go on vacation, you hear about coronavirus. When everywhere you go, you hear about coronavirus. Anything you do in life, that's all you hear is about coronavirus. So that's creating fear. Everywhere you go, you're afraid to touch people. You're afraid to get close to people. Okay? And you think that you have control over your life. You don't have control over your life because this fear that they're pumping on you is all a plan. We can actually be just chilling, just like we was before all of this happened. But that's not the narrative that they want us to be living in. They don't want us living like that. They control the narrative. They control how we live. They control the atmosphere. They control everything that goes on in this three-dimensional world. So you think you're free, but you're really not free. You never been free, okay? I don't care if you got a business. I don't care what you do. You're not free. Okay, look, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Nick Cannon, right? Nick Cannon, very successful, got a lot of money. Came out, said some things about the Jewish community. Guess what happened? They slapped him on the wrist. They told him to apologize. They told him they was gonna take his money. They was gonna take his opportunities. They was gonna take his job, right? So you're not free because they own everything. They own in every industry you look, they own it. They have monopolized the entire world. They have monopolized the resources. They have monopolized every part of life that we live in on this three-dimensional world. So you have to do it their way, or you're going to jail. So you're not free. They own social media. They have meme accounts that they create to control the way social media looks at a certain event. I mean, the rabbit hole goes deep. You're not free. You think you're free, but they control your subconscious. They control the television. It's called TV programming. It's called tell-lie vision. They tell lies to your vision. They program your mind to believe what they want you to believe. And they control every aspect of your life. They control your radio. They control all the information that you receive in your body, in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit. So you're not free. You don't think for yourself. You are a part of the matrix. You are in an illusion of freedom. Like I said, just like I just gave you an example of Nick Cannon, very successful, have money. You think he can buy his way to freedom? No, he can't, because he don't control anything. At the end of the day, that's not even his money. That's a white man on that money. Why is it a white man on your money? Are you a white man? And then above the white man, it said, "In God we trust." That's symbolism. Basically putting the white man as God and saying we must trust in this white man. And I don't have nothing against white men. I'm not racist. I'm just pointing out the facts. You're not free. You think you're free. Sometimes you have a thought of quitting your job, or sometimes you want to just stay at home, or sometimes you just want to go on vacation, go to the beach. Okay? Why do you have to have money to go to a beach that was here? That nobody had enough money to create, because it was already created. But you have to have money to go to this beach. You have to have money to, you have to have a passport to go to different parts of the world. How? Who can make you have a passport? Who said that you have to have why do I have to have a passport to go to a different part of the world? Who owns that part of the world? Nobody owns this world. Nobody owns this world. You cannot own this land. You cannot own this world because you didn't create it. This world is here free, for free. But it's not free to you because you're living in a matrix. You want to go, you have dreams of going to some of the nicest vacations in the world. You have to work overtime just to go to these nice places and these nice vacations in the world. Why? Why do you have to work overtime to go somewhere that was beautiful before man even arrived on this planet, on this earth? It was already there. That island was already there. But somebody told you you had to work 80 hours of overtime just to go and enjoy it and take off work. You just can't decide one day, I just want to go to that island and go to that island. You're not free. Nothing in this world is free. You're living in an illusion of freedom. And like I said, with this virus going on, this is all a plan to take away more freedom. Okay? They quarantining and making people that are not sick wear masks. They're hitting you with all of this propaganda. 6 feet. That's silly. 6 feet. What do you mean 6 feet? Social distancing. That's an oxymoron. You can't be social and distance at the same time. That don't even go together. So they try to come out with words to confuse your mind. It's called psychology. So you don't think, you're not realizing what they're really doing and how they're separating you. Divide and conquer. How they have you thinking your fellow human may be sick and may give you something that cause you to die. Have you living in complete fear. have you scared to get close to anybody? I seen a couple the other day kissing with a mask on. I'm like, how in the hell are you kissing your loved one with a mask on? That don't even make no sense, but that's what they want you to live in. That's how much control they want to have over your life. They tell you it's for your safety, but it's really for control, to control you. So they make you think that control is safety when it's really not. Okay? Because one thing I know and everybody know is you born and you die. Everybody on this life has a day to die. So I don't care what disease is out here, if it's not your time to die, you're not gonna die. And also, the way they lump this disease in with the symptoms of a common cold. So now anybody that has a common cold has coronavirus. It's all a plan to make you afraid. You're afraid. You can't even sneeze anymore. You can't even cough anymore. You can't even have a runny nose anymore. You can't even have a fever anymore, or you have the virus. Okay? You get on YouTube and you talk about, natural remedies to boost your immune system. They take your video down. That's not freedom. Okay? Like I said, all of these corporations, these major corporations, are working for the 1%. And the 1% controls all these corporations. That's why at your job, at any job, only thing you hear about is COVID-19. That's all you hear about. Everywhere you go, it's all about COVID-19. They're controlling the narrative. They're controlling the life. They're controlling this world. And they want to control you. They want to put a chip in you, and they want to control everything that you do. They want to remove cash money, and they want to make it digital currency. That way they can control the money and you have no control. You're not able to take your money out of the bank or anything. Okay? They have total control. And this whole pandemic was just another scheme to knock off the competition. Because now the smaller businesses that didn't have the capital and the funding to withstand this has dropped off. Now they can monopolize even more, okay? And have even more control. All of the big corporations that you think about is in on this scheme. Walmart, Amazon. Every last one of them is in on this scheme, okay? Because they're controlled by the 1%. It's all a family thing of secret societies that's running these major corporations and that's running your government. They only want to give you a vaccination to control you more. That's going to be your ID. That's going to be your passport. That's going to be your COVID ID, COVID-19 ID, which stands for Certificate of Vaccination ID. So it's going to make sure that you got that vaccination, and and you're going to have a certificate that you got the vaccination. That's what COVID stands for, Certificate of Vaccination ID. So that's what this chip is going to have your money on it. Okay? So now you're not really working for money, you're just working for digital currency. Pretty much working to live, working to breathe, working to eat, working for health. You're not here. You're not being a human being. You're not just being. You're working for the 1%, and they're enjoying your paradise while you're working. You're not free. It's an illusion of freedom. You can't just go to any island that you want to and just crack a coconut and drink and sip the coconut. You have to go through all type of legalities. You have to pay so much money. You have to pay for hotels. You have to, get a passport. If you go to Africa, you got to get vaccinations, all type of restrictions on a free world that was put here by the Most High, the divine, the creator of all things, the universe, that gave us this for free, but we're paying for it. So, you think you're free, but you're not free. Like I said, You just seen what happened to Nick Cannon. He's successful. He has money, and he ended up having to apologize. These people made him apologize. That's what you call white supremacy. When you have to apologize, you don't have no freedom of speech. They say we have freedom of speech, the First Amendment, right? But guess who wrote those laws? The Freemasons, the 1%, the ones that's controlling the government, the ones that's controlling these major corporations and the entities. United States is nothing but a corporation. The United States of America is nothing but a corporation. It's not a country anymore. Okay? So you're not free. You're just working for corporations. Okay? So, you know, just like Deshaun Jackson, the wide receiver, Philadelphia Eagles, talked about the real Jews being black, right? And then the Jews went all up in arms, and then he had to turn around and apologize. He don't have no freedom of speech. Why do I have to apologize? Why do I got to lose my job for speaking my mind? Okay? And speaking the truth. And then the Jews is getting all up in arms. Y'all got y'all retribution. Y'all got y'all reparations. But y'all never get all up in arms about our, oppression. Y'all, what about us? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody can talk about our culture and have a comment on our culture and black, on black crime and have an input on that. But as soon as we have something to say about another culture, we get shut down. Guess why? Because they the ones who running this matrix. Because we're not free. You think you're free, but you're not free. They have people like Bill Gates, a computer programmer, advising the White House on health, health policies. They got computer programmers advising the White House on health policies and procedures and pandemic procedures. This dude is a computer programmer. What is he doing giving health policies to the White House? It's all a game, people. Like I said, they already had a patent on this virus. Okay? The virus came from China, but they started testing the vaccinations in Africa. That don't make no sense, people. Wake up. Something's not right, okay? Why won't you test in China? Didn't it come from Wuhan, China? Why are you testing in Africa? It's all a plot. And black people, please wake up, stay focused. Stop falling into the government's mind fuckery and mind tricks that they're playing on you about this virus. Stop being so afraid to go outside and breathe fresh air, to get in the sun, to go on vacation. Okay? Stop letting them steal your life with fear. Stop letting them control your life with fear. Okay? It's crazy that as a human being, as a free human being, I have to be forced to wear a mask over something that I don't even know if it's even real. It can be just a regular cold. But like I said, you're not free. You're in an illusion of freedom. Okay? and I know y'all know this, and I know y'all know this because everything that I just spoke to you is truth and is facts. You cannot, when you go, I'm in the state of North Carolina right now, and it's an imaginary line that separates my state from surrounding states. But if you get in an airplane or a helicopter and you fly, and now you're able to see a bird's eye view, there's no borders on this earth. But somehow in our mind, we have accepted the fact that there's borders. This is North Carolina. This is South Carolina. No, it's not. It's earth. It's land. Okay? Nobody owns none of this land. It's all free to be shared equally amongst the human beings on this planet Earth, okay? Everyone should enjoy a paradise island without having to spend their life savings, because the paradise island was there without anyone spending their life savings to create it. All right? So why should someone benefit and monopolize off something that they didn't create? They didn't create this world, people. They didn't create water. Why do you have to pay for water? They didn't create it, people. You're not free. You're in an illusion of freedom. But I don't really have to give you any more examples, because those are just great examples. You shouldn't have to pay for water. It comes from the sky. It's free. It was already here. The oceans was here before humans was here. Why is somebody monopolizing off the water supply? Okay? Why is somebody monopolizing off the forest supply, the trees? Why? Why is somebody monopolizing off the vegetation? Why do these people control everything in the world? And why can't nobody say anything about Jewish people? Why? We can speak about everybody else, but when it comes to Jewish people do no wrong. What? That don't even make no sense. When the Jewish people are the ones that's running this matrix. But anyway, that's the end of my rant. Okay? If you like this content, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to my channel, show your boy some love, or whatever. If not, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking my mind. That's what I got this channel for. Narrow-minded. Sooner or later, they might take this away. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But anyway, it's your boy Ratchet Reggie. Show your boy some love. Subscribe to my channel, and I'm out.